I said we'll give y'all a gentleman and a pimp. A man have two sides to him. Ladies, whoever you are is what you'll bring out of them. So you want the gentleman, act accordingly. You want the pimp,
They can't.
get your ass slapped.
They can't act accordingly though. I think that's a epidemic right now of just being out of pocket. Out of pocket is at an all-time high.
So you feel like they can't get it together?
No, they cannot. And I was watching Kevin Samuels, and he was talking to a young lady, and she was saying, when I'm out on the street, a dude asked me to smile, I get offended. And he was like, why would you get offended when a guy asks you to smile? She was like, you're not my man. Why do I have to smile for you when you tell me to smile? He was like, okay, so if you getting beat up, do you want that same dude to come to your rescue? She's like, she had to think about it. She like, I don't, I never really thought about it like that. Like the same women talking about we need protection are the same women who give you an attitude when you say smile. It go hand in hand. Like nobody want to be jumping out a window for somebody who got a bad attitude. So
I never thought about it that way. That shit makes a lot of sense.
Facts,
like,
bro.
Damn, so being here in the city, and I hate to put a demographic on things, but
they gonna do it to themselves. Say it's speaking in general.
So me living in Vegas and me living here is two different dynamics because people are more so open and genuine and friendly than here. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying every woman in the city is hard, but a lot of these chicks is hard, and you can't really converse with them because it's like they always think you want something from them. Like you can't really just have a normal conversation without them thinking you want something from them. Mm-hmm. And it kind of.
But you also got to understand it's a lot of entitlement going around too. So like a lot of women think just because I have a vagina, you're supposed to do X, Y, and Z. But what they don't realize is every chick got a damn vagina. So it's like, this is the part I don't understand. Like, if you have a vagina, cool. Like, you may think your vagina is the best thing since sliced bread. We may smash and be like, this joint is trash. Like, it's not worth anything. So it's so prevalent. It's so abundant. And so many people have access to it. It's not like back in the day where, you had to work to get some yams. Like, you had to put in effort. Take a joint out, meet their family, the dad giving you the rigmarole, like, you gonna do my daughter right. You don't gotta go through, you don't gotta meet nobody.
My man Reggie, nigga, you look about 30.
Yeah, like, nobody gotta go through that. You don't gotta take them out, really. You come over, Netflix and chill, and you smash them. So
you don't think that, okay, so me being devil advocate, so ladies, so you don't think that they kind of do run the situation by them having a vagina? Because they really call the shots. Like, they want to know if you want to smash or not. So they might not want to smash you.
Yeah, but that's the only thing that they can control, though.
I'm gonna cut you off, but not so you don't think until they give it up is when they lose control? So once they give it up, they lose control, you think?
No, they don't have control. They just have control of when you get the yams. That's it. Like, once you get the yams, all right, I already got the yams. I know I get the yams again. Like, you don't control nothing else. Like, they can't control if you get in a relationship with them. They can't control if you marry them. That's what we decide that.
So what would a gentleman say
about what?
That situation. Like, so how would a gentleman go about that?
So a gentleman would probably. So if he messing with a joint that's used to dudes just Netflix and chill, he probably gonna come off as like a chump because she used to one thing. He over here trying to take her out on dates, opening doors, getting flowers, sending nice text messages. She probably like, this nigga is sweet. So then
he light on the sticks.
Yeah. So it's like, all right, you try to be a nice guy, but you can't be a nice guy for every chick because every chick is not used to being around nice dudes. So
how would a pimp go about it? When we say pimp, we not saying pimp like the big ass
Magic Don Juan.
You know what I mean? Like we just saying more so of the
tendencies.
Right, yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think a lot of women made it easier for dudes not to do anything. So Netflix and chill. Like I listen to women chat a lot or talk a lot, and they say, nobody's taking me out on dates.
Nobody can court no more. Like, men don't know how to court anymore.
But it's your requirements. Like if I don't have to take you out on a date to smash, what's my incentive to take you out on a date? Like the dude's really only in it for sex in the beginning. Mm-hmm. So if I don't have to do anything in the beginning to get the sex, the best you are is in the beginning. Like you don't get any better than you are in the beginning. So if I'm not taking you out in the beginning, why would I take you out after like that doesn't even make any sense.
Okay, so I mean that has happened before, where though you might get the cheeks early, and once you get the cheeks, you don't feel like I don't want to take you out. Now I really don't want to take you out.
There's no point.
Then we can get some food here and chill, but I'm really not trying to.
But cause you gotta figure, like the tone is really set by the woman,
right?
She sets the tone on, and actually. You set the tone on how you want to be treated, men and women. So, like, if she allows you to just Netflix and chill, you can't then double back and say, well, why you ain't never take me out? Because you never required me to take you out. And when I say require, it's not like you make it mandatory, but you just be like, nah, I don't do Netflix and chill on the first date, or I don't, I would rather, go out or go to a bar or whatever. And if he's not doing it, then you can just keep it moving. But what's happening, they so lonely, they so independent, and they like, all right, I'm gonna go over here. Next thing you know, you smash, she get feelings, and now the dude like, all right, I got another Netflix and chill coming over in 20 minutes. Like,
so she got to roll. She got to get out
or participate. I mean, what?
So you hear the nigga say, listen, you gonna roll or got to be the third wheel?
Because you got to understand, as much as women try to detach from their emotions, like we can have sex like men, I don't get caught up in my feelings. No, it take a special kind of abused woman.
But why do men? That statement you just said about being caught up in their emotions, like we can have sex like men. Men are emotional when they have sex.
Yeah, so, but it's different type of emotions.
Right.
Men become more territorial. Like, this my pussy. Women become like, that's my man. Like, and he like, nah, I'm out. I just want the yams when I want the yams. So it's like two different. The woman wants the whole package. Like, she want you to love her, do all this stuff, and you like, nah, I just want the yams. The yams that mine. You gave them to me. They now mine. So it's different type of emotions, but it take a longer time. It takes more sexual acts with a person for a man to get caught up than it does for a woman.
Wait, hold on. So run back from real quick when you said it takes a special kind of abused woman.
Oh yeah.
to do that.
Oh yeah.
So what do you mean? Like,
so there's like we both know a couple Johns. I ain't gonna say no names on the John. We know a couple Johns, and they had their past or whatever. And if you really sit down and talk to them and figure out, why they maneuver or act the way, you're going to find some type of trauma.
No, that's facts.
So it's either going to be they was molested, they got dogged out by, a bunch of dudes. Mm-hmm. Those usually it. But it's gonna be some type of trauma. Their mom left them. Right. Their dad left them. Mm-hmm. Something like that. It's gonna be some type of trauma, and then
trigger that emotion.
Right, emotionlessness
or that feeling.
Right. So now the sex is kind of filling the void of mom not being there, dad not being there, or I got abused as a kid, so now I think I'm supposed to give my body away. Like, it's all mental, and they don't think anything wrong. They just think, oh, I like sex. If you like sex, you can like sex with one dude. Why you gotta like sex with the whole football team? Like, it ain't that much liking a sex.
So, but you think all these, for her being a hoe.
I ain't call nobody no hoe. I ain't call nobody no hoe.
That's what it sounds like.
I didn't call nobody a hoe, though. I ain't say that word.
For a woman to be promiscuous, she would have to have.
That's a good word.
Mental issues.
I ain't say mental issues. I said trauma.
No, I mean, you know what? I think that is true. Like, I mean, I think people do have trauma and they handle trauma a little differently. So, like, I feel like if you're being molested, you go either one or two ways.
Yeah.
Either you're gonna shut up completely or you're gonna turn up.
Or you're gonna turn gay.
That's a whole nother topic, my man.
Yeah, I don't even know where we going.
That's a whole nother topic.
I mean, it's those are the pathways.
Now, for a man, I think it'd be a little different. Whereas though they trying to be a little now.
Oh, man. Well, it depends on who you was molested by, right? You ain't gonna turn gay if you get molested by hot older cougars. Like,
maybe if you hate women, if you hate the way that the old lady made you feel.
I mean,
I want to suck a dick.
What if she's like an old lady and what if the boy was like 6 and it was like a 20-year-old?
What's that movie called? Antoine Fisher.
I never saw that joint.
Oh yeah, like
with Denzel.
Yeah,
so,
they almost been molested by his older babysitter, but
he wasn't a flamer by then.
No,
he wasn't an established militant man.
No, you just saying it could go like that's just one of the ways it could go. No, like I'm not saying that it's gonna automatically go.
Whole drag queen by the end.
Right, yeah, RuPaul. Like no, and I'm not saying just women have trauma. Men have trauma too, and they just deal with it differently.
Yeah.
You can look at sex and you look at people who binge eat. It's the same thing. Like, it's just a coping mechanism. One person put food in their mouth, one person put a dick in their mouth. Like, it's a coping mechanism. Like, so the act is irrelevant. The trauma is there, and then it triggers something else. So it doesn't really matter. Sex is just the act.
Yo, would you date a woman who? So say you meet a woman, y'all was kicking it. Dope, she dope. Y'all dope, y'all kicking it.
Yeah.
And 4 or 5 months in, she hit you with the listen. Like, I didn't think we were gonna be here.
You waited too long.
At this point, I dealt with a lot of trauma in my life, and this is who I was prior to.
Cool.
You done?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
You done?
What if I found out she was what?
I mean, she might have been really promiscuous in her early 20s, beginning to her 30s. Now she's 42.
I would have to be done. I mean,
you would have to be.
When did she stop?
What you mean? Yesterday?
No, she couldn't
have
stopped.
You.
No,
you made her stop. You brought it out of her.
So what I'm saying is, if she might have been in her early 20s, like,
and how old are we?
Coming out of high school,
we 40.
We 40.
We right now.
So she got off that train 20 years ago.
Yeah, so
it's still a negative because it's like,
dang.
I mean, how many dicks was she taking at once?
Dang.
That's why I'm worried.
That's
about.
where you gonna go with it?
I mean, she sucking one, holding two.
Yes.
Yeah, like how am I?
See, I'm not that. I don't use the word shallow, but
your chick was in.
I feel like people do have pass. I mean, if they tell you, they don't tell you.
Yo,
they got a pass.
So you cool with that then?
I can manage it.
Your chick was in Booty Talk 43.
Booty Clap Chronicles.
Yeah, I was like, she was in there, and all the top, Mr. Marcus, Brian Pumper, Wesley Pipes, digging her down the same scene.
Man, Wesley said, "Wet it up."
You're like, it up. Can you look past my history? Like, yo, it's in my VCR. Like,
so
I mean, like I said, I can probably work through it.
So here's how I approach stuff like that. And when women say body count don't matter, all that kind of stuff, it kind of does. But I'll be like, so what happened to get you to the point where you were, and what have you done to not go back to what you was before? Because you can't just say, oh yeah, I was promiscuous back in my 20s, but I'm delivered now. I'm delivered. I don't like men's no more. Like, no, that's not how it works. So you got to tell me, like, what did you do? What did you go to counseling? Did you get therapy? Like, what did you do to actively mitigate the stuff that happened that caused you to have this behavior? Or you just like, you got to accept me the way no, because it's a matter of time before something triggers you and you back promiscuous again. Like, if you don't deal with the trauma, that to me, the act is irrelevant, because the act could be anything. The act could be slicing. The act could be overeating. The act could be vomiting. It could be a whole bunch of different things. We just say sex because that's the act of giving your body, but it's all it's all trauma related. Right. So if you haven't healed yourself, then no,
I could date ladies. I could date you,
Greg. Or Banks said, "Come his way. All the trauma is welcome."
I think we all deal with some kind of trauma. So it's like, I wouldn't want nobody to judge me because I had trauma and be like, well, you know what, my man, chalk you because you dealt with this.
But they going to.
That's how it is.
But that type of trauma for a man will make you look like a champion. Like you beating up you getting a lot of ass. Like it's looking like you the man. You ain't looking like you got issues. Not to
your chick though.
No, she do. She don't look at you like you got problems. Like if you had a past like yo was a whole player, she not gonna look at you like yo you a problem. Like you got psycho problems or some type of issues. Mm-hmm. She gonna look at you like you was out there, like you was a very charming guy. You got a lot of ass. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's how they gonna look at you.
I get it for sure, but at the same time, it's technically okay for men to have a million bodies, I guess.
But it's the problem because men don't get fucked. You know what I'm saying? Like right. You're not getting fucked by chicks. Right. All right, if a whole bunch of chicks fucked you with straps on, and it's like you get bodied. Chicks is getting bodied out here. Like you know what I'm saying? Like yo, my chick got bodied a lot when she was in her early 20s. Like, how can I wife that? Like
exactly. And then you in the restaurant and dudes are in the corner looking like. Yo, we both knocked that down together. Like
think about being in Philly. Like Philly's small, so you might run into a million people who then circulated. It happens.
But there's a difference between being circulated. Like if you had a relationship with somebody and he smashed, versus you just out here letting like a chick walk in and we all smashed and she walked in here with her dude. How are we gonna be looking at him? First of all, like, what are you doing?
But he don't know.
He gonna know when he see us snickering when he walking with his chick.
But I can't really call him a nut because he don't know we all knocked it down. He don't know.
Well, hey, I think is
So say you move out of state.
That's what they do.
Same rules?
They
apply?
They reset their whole facts.
They were saying that women don't count the bodies they didn't care for. You know what I'm saying? The guys they didn't love, they don't count.
Yeah, or if it wasn't a relationship or something like that.
Yeah, they don't count those.
They don't count it.
Nigga, once they insert, it counts.
But
in the books.
Not to them.
Shit.
You gotta listen to.
That's why you would never know her body count.
Yeah, you'll never know.
I wouldn't even ask though.
I don't ask either.
That's some shit I don't ask. I would never ask. I would never ask nobody their body count.
Because you be mortified
if they're gonna dumb it down a lot.
Oh yeah, guaranteed.
I don't think nobody gonna give you the real number. But like, yeah, I had 75 bodies.
Only way they're gonna give you the real
only
number.
32.
Yo, 75 bodies.
The only way they're gonna give you the real number is if it's low. Like,
well, she ain't never gonna give it to you.
Yeah,
they ain't got no low number.
Because they all hit you with I can count them off 2 hands. 7.
Right. Yeah.
Come on.
I don't ask that question.
But I would never ask though.
Yeah.
Certain shit I'm not asking.
Yeah, you setting yourself up. Because what if she pop off and do give it to you raw, and she like 200?
Jesus. 201?
First of all, how do you remember that?
And they remember?
You remember 200 niggas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you all
that. You know how good their memory is?
No, I'm saying.
Dog, you remember everybody you slept with?
I write it down.
Do you really?
Yeah.
And what
it's in my phone.
This nigga he got a list of bodies.
Yeah. Because I be forgetting, like, what was I doing back in 2000?
I'm going to keep it a G. I have no idea.
Yeah, I know.
I have no number.
Damn.
I don't have a number. I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't know. Well, estimate. I can't do that for you.
Dang.
I don't know.
Dang.
I'm not saying there's a lot, I'm not saying there's little, I just don't know. I really don't know. Oh, I'm bad with dates.
That's why I write the joint. That's why I have
but
it on my phone.
I really am bad with dates though. Like I'm terrible with dates.
Me too, but that's why I have it in my phone, so it gives me a frame of reference to know. I also look back on it to see like what type of chicks I was dealing with at a certain time. Like, oh dog, what was I doing with this person? Like this person was, you know what I mean, X, Y, and Z. So I use it as like a reference point to say, like, am I getting better with the type of women I'm dealing with?
Interesting.
Or am I still getting the same type of chicks? Because I was in my head like, how many Jones did I date without kids? Like that went back like, oh, okay, I did have a couple Jones without kids, but I was also much younger, so it was more likely to not be with Jones with kids. So I use it as a frame of reference so I know like what my patterns are. If you're really trying to get married, why would I marry a 40-year-old with 3 kids. Like, why? Like, I ain't get a 28-year-old with no kids and start my family with her versus a 40-year-old now. She can't have babies or she going to give me one more. So
what if the kids was yours?
If the kids is mine, that's different. But why would we have 3 kids or 4 kids and not get married?
I mean, because it's a common thing. Maybe y'all broke up. You had 3 kids. I ain't
then
fucking.
She should have stopped having babies with them.
Huh?
Then she should have stopped having babies.
No, you had 3 kids when you was kind of dealing with her, and then y'all broke up for like a little 10-year gap.
Okay,
and then
now
you get back
on the flip side.
and you get married.
Okay, I mean, listen,
Yeah,
that's always.
You just don't want to be a step pop.
I don't think it's smart for a dude to be a step pop, because you gotta figure a stepdad. So let's say chick got 2 kids. Let's say you don't have no kids. She got 2 kids. She 30 years old. She got 2 kids. She give you 1 kid, right? So now you gotta take care of her kids, and you gotta take care. I got this example from Kevin Samuels. He's like, you got your kid, that's yours. You and hers together. You got $1,000. Like, I want to spend my $1,000 on my kid, but I can't because I also got to do something for her kids too.
Do you?
So, yeah, you do. You got to because
do you?
Yeah, but you took those kids on when you got married. You took those kids on as part of the package. Like they say, I'm a package deal. So now instead of 1,000 going to you, it's 333. But not only that, he got his dad giving her bread, so his dad may give him. Let's say he give him $250. He not gonna give you $250 because he not your responsibility. So now you getting gagged as the only kid with the dad that's married. They eating because they getting something from your dad and they getting something from their dad, but their dad not giving you nothing. How are you gonna feel?
You know what? So I'll put my reality into it. So I always base things off my reality. So like I said, like, my step pop just came home, whatever. But he never looked at me as a step kid. You know what I mean? So like when he met my mom, I was 2.
Yeah.
So he came in my life at 2 years old and embraced me as his own. Before my mom, he had 2, but he met the lady he was with. She already had 1 already.
Yeah.
So he took that kid in. And then my stepmom, who he with now, she had 1 when they met, and then he had 1 with her. Mm-hmm. So everybody he dealt with, he had a kid with.
Exactly.
But he never took the other 3 and was like, no, they got their own shit going on. No, he embraces all. So when he say I got 6 kids, he don't say I got 3 and 3 possibles.
Yeah, but that's the point we're making though, because now you split up his resources. Because imagine if he only had to give his resources to his 3 biological kids.
I think it all depends on the man because he made that shit work.
No, but he could have made it work better for the 3 kids that was biological. Like, all right, so let's say he when he passed away, he got $1 million life insurance, and he gave it to all of y'all. Now that's what? How much is that for 6 kids? What's that? $150?
That's what it is.
No, it's not, because their kids are his actual biological kids are losing in that scenario, and they should feel some type of way. Like, y'all took my bread. That should come to me for my kids over here. And
so that's like me and my sister arguing. Now, me and my sister, we close as shit. We ain't gonna argue because her dad passed away, God forbid.
No, because people don't think like that. But you gotta look at it you gotta look at economics. Like, this is economics. Like, this ain't about lovey-dovey, how you feel. Like, this is economics. So families is one man taking care of all of these kids, some his, some not his. While it's valiant that he would do that, it's also not fair to his biological. It's financially not fair to his biological kids.
So what if I didn't have a biological father?
What you mean? It's still not fair.
No. So he raised me as his.
No, but you making a point, because like I said, when he gets something for his kids for Christmas, he got you something for Christmas. So that's what I'm saying. Like, versus if you were out the picture, his kids would get everything. Like, everything you was going to get, let me just slide this door right over here to my kids. So it's a crazy way of looking at it, but that's the reality. Like, that's the economics that goes into being a stepdad. And most dudes not going to sign up to be a stepdad when you don't really get any perks out of
Being a stepdad.
Yeah, you don't get no perks. Like, what do you get? It's a selfless endeavor. Like, you just doing it for your own.
That's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, I was in the position.
Don't call a stepdad.
I just hated when the kids was like, "You ain't
my dad." Like,
yeah.
So you got to deal with that. Like, hold
kind of
up.
annoying.
When I was your dad at Christmas time, when I was using all my resources for my not biological kid. Like, it's stuff like that. They're never gonna. Like, especially if the dad is around. Like, if the dad is around, it don't matter what you do. He's always going to be dad. Like, they always going to look up to the dad. The dad don't even got to be doing that. He can just be in and out, popping in. Yo, what's up? I got a toy. He out. They don't see him for 3 months. Still going to be dad. And that's the reality. And it's a lot of dudes that don't think that way because guys not thinking like that. They're not thinking, I got a good woman. And she hold me down, whatever that means. And, I'm going to take these kids.
So did y'all see the dude on Christmas time that like gave his baby mom boyfriend, the Jordans?
I saw it. I saw some of it.
I seen some nut shit like
I saw him crying.
So is that nutty?
Thank you for taking care of
my kid. Yeah.
No.
Listen to that statement. Thank you for taking care of my kids.
No, man, come on, bro.
And you allowed me to come over and chill.
Yeah.
And he said something like,
so we were talking about that in my group chat, and we were saying how he might have been thinking about, listen, I ain't got to deal with that headache no more. I'm proud that I ain't got to deal with that fucking
headache. Well, he ain't say, thank you for taking my bitch. He said, thank you for taking care of my kids.
Right. I mean, I don't think nobody would be like, yo, thank you for taking care. I mean, I'm not going to say that, but for the most part, you probably know, like, damn, like, this is your stepdaddy?
Nah, man.
Stepdaddy, baby.
I mean, listen, like I said.
But who pursues the role of a stepdad? Like, yo, I just
some simps do.
I just want to be
the simp word. That's a whole the simp. Yo, what is a simp?
It exists.
It depends, man. It depends. Like I look at a simp as
a simp a sucker?
Yeah, of course. Like a simp is like a do anything the chick say, let the chick run all over you. Yes, baby, happy life, happy wife. Get the hell out of here, dog. Like, you simping. Like, dog, I used to simp.
I will play the simp role.
Yes, bruh. That's another reason why I look back on, like, why I write the women that I've been with down. Because I look back, I'm like, oh, nigga, I was in the way. Like, I've done so much simple stuff. And, like, as you start to understand women, you start to see the little mental games they playing.
So me knowing you all my life, only knowing you to have one simp moment ever.
When was that? You gotta go?
Yes. When you was playing camp, you was camping out.
You was outside some woman's house.
Yo, shout out if she watching this, she
know you was doing it?
Huh?
She know you was doing it?
Did I tell her?
I think you told her a little bit down the line.
I'm gonna text her tomorrow and ask her, did I tell her? I don't remember if I told her. So we had like an argument, and like we kind of broke up, but we didn't. It was more like you know how couples, you know how you have an argument, you just like, I'm done with you, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So I'm chilling with my homies, and I'm like, you know what? I'm about to
No, man, no. What happened? Well, I think you were supposed to go over there. She was like, no, don't come over. And you was like, what you mean don't come over? Something like that.
No.
Oh, that nature, like
no. So, cause I was chilling, cause that was when we was at 827. I was chilling. I was mad. Ern was like, you can't. He was like breaking down different stuff to me. Like, you can't. Like you gotta. Like, he was basically telling me like how to maneuver in this situation. So then when we left, I was like, I'm gonna drive past her crib. So then I drove past her crib.
That sounds like you and your feelings. I'm gonna drive.
Oh, dog, I was 19 years old, bro. I was definitely in my feelings.
What was you trying to see?
I'm about to tell you what I saw, not what I was trying to say. I'm gonna tell you what I saw.
What I ran into.
So, all right, this her house right here. It's like a little dippy street. So like you can drive down her crib. Her house is right here, and then the dippy street right here. So I pulled off on the dippy street.
Yeah.
And I'm like in my seat, like got the seat back, like
in my seat, laid back.
So it's like late. It's like 1:30. Mind you, she's like, what's she like, 16? She's like 16, I think.
16, 17.
Yeah. So it's late, like it's mad late for a company. So I'm like, dang, it's getting mad late. So just when I was about to pull off, the door opened. So I'm like looking at my mirror, like I'm like focusing my joint. I'm like, who? I don't know this boy. Like, I don't know this dude at all. So I'm like, all right, chill, watch the boy leave. Like, literally 30 seconds after that, she beat me. That was when we had beepers. That's how long ago this was. Mm-hmm. So she beat me. So then I had to hurry up and get home so I could call her back. So I'm like, yo, so, I mean, what you was doing? She's like, oh, no, just watching the movie with my parents, blah, blah, blah. I was like, cool. I was like, so.
Inside's boiling.
Yo, on fire. So I'm like, so, I mean, was nobody over there? No, it was just y'all. She's like, yeah, it was just me, my mom, and my dad. We was watching the movie. I was like, cool. I was like, so.
You sound like you bothered. Cool.
Cool.
You got like four cools.
So I was like, it's crazy. I was like, it's crazy you would say that. I was like, because right before you text me, I was like, I got off the phone with somebody and they told me they saw a dude coming out your crib. And she was like, who does that? Who play I Spy? Like, no, it wasn't no dude. I was like, so it wasn't no dude with a flannel shirt, jeans, Timbs, getting into whatever kind of car. So she kept trying to lie. I was like, you know what? I see how this is gonna go. I was like, if you don't tell me what happened, we done. Like, it's a wrap. Like, I don't even want to never talk to you again. So she finally broke down crying, blah, blah, blah. You know, it was, dude, you know, you didn't show me any attention. Or you said X, Y. I said something to her that got her upset. And she was like, you know, that made me have him come to the crib, blah, blah, blah. And as a young dude, like, you not, like, your mind doesn't register. Like, if you do this, a woman's going to do this. Or it could cause her to do this. You just like, man, whatever. Like, I don't even care. So, yeah, I was like, I was out her crib for, like, at least a good, probably, like, 2-3 hours waiting to see. Because I
had some snacks.
Yo, I ain't had nothing. Because I drove
there.
past, bruh, I saw the car.
Yeah.
Like, had I, because it was just, I think just the dad had a car. Like, the mom didn't have a car. So it was like a long driveway. So there's usually one car in there. So when I saw the car, I'm like, I got to see who this is. Because if it was her girlfriend or something, because her girlfriends drove. So I was like, if it was one of her girlfriends, I just pull off, keep it moving. So I'm like, I'm going to just at least sit here and see who it is, you know, when they come out. So I told Banks, they was grounding me up like, dog, you sitting outside the girl crowd. I was like, what am I supposed to do? Like,
not go there.
But I wouldn't consider that simping though.
No, I was about to say, yeah. Why don't you break it down? It probably ain't simping.
No, I'll tell you why it's simping. It's simping. The simping part is.
I got off my masculine frame.
No. On some real shit. I mean, because it was you when you was young.
Yeah.
The simping part is tell me the truth or I'm cutting it all. The fact that you actually staked out and now you're putting her in a position to think that a person witnessed it besides you.
Right.
And you're putting her, giving her an ultimatum to tell you what you already know.
That wasn't
to continue the relationship.
That was being beta.
Yeah, but what's the difference between beta and simp?
Because I think you can be beta and not necessarily simp. Like, you can be beta and, like, I think it's a situation where if you and your girl out and a dude like trying to start a fight and you just like walk away, that's kind of being beta, but you're not simping. You're not being alpha in that moment, but you.
That's a good example.
Yeah. So I think you can definitely be beta and not simp. Yeah, but simping is specifically for, like, if you doing stuff like crying in front of. Nah, man. Like,
can't cry.
You can cry all you want. I don't see the purpose of crying in front of your lady. There's nothing ever good came out of that. It was never a time when somebody crowed, like I saw that she cried, I crowed, we crowed. So if you cry in front of you, it's nothing good's gonna come out of that. Like in the moment, she may say, "Oh, I'm here for you," but in the back of her mind, she's like, "This nigga is soft." And when the opportunity comes, she's gonna throw that crying moment in your face. That train is never late. So why I say if you need to cry, go in the other room, go in your car, take a drive, cry, and then come back and you could talk about how you felt or what I mean, the emotions that you had or whatever. But crying in front of you, I remember seeing a grown man cry. My mom made a grown man cry, and I was like literally whining. Like I'm like, yo, this can't be real. Like it's no way. Like please take me back. Please, nah, come on, my guy, just chalk that to the game. Like nah, dog.
It ain't love.
Nah. And my mom was like a savage. Like my mom didn't.
Your mom was a Taurus, baby.
Bro, she had very
May 16th.
Your chick can't have them with oils.
Nah.
To make you.
Nah.
Please.
Listen, because my mom she was a savage when it came to like love, and she ain't do it. Like she wasn't affectionate, and I was like, man, I can't imagine being with a chick that like don't show you like when I tell you no love. Nah.
So what the fuck did he want?
He wanted to be held down. Like, I mean,
but he should have already known.
I was saying like you gotta kind of know your personnel too, because like you could deal with somebody, but the external was kind of rough, but the internal was kind of soft.
But my mom external wasn't rough. She wasn't rough. My mom was very soft spoken. Like she never really yelled. She wasn't like nigga. That was my grandma. Like my grandma was rah rah. My aunt said rah rah. My mom was chill. But when I tell you, my mom was ice cold. And I remember she said this to me. I was like 20. She was like, "I'm gonna teach you how to treat a woman before I die." I was like, "Oh, I know how to treat them. They just don't. Everybody don't deserve the grand treatment." So, like, but to see a grown man cry over a woman, it just kind of turned me like, nah, there's no way. And she like walk, like he crying. She just walking like I'm going in the crib. And he cried, "Baby, please." Suck it. Sad. Simping. That's simping. To the extreme.
Bottles we could pop more. I just called the Uber X so you could get dropped off.